A white boy's been up late thinking. And I was just thinking about, man, do you remember being a kid? How there was never a time I was bored before a certain age. Boredom didn't exist. I mean, how could it? There was fucking shit everywhere. Like, as a kid, you're like, oh, I'm never gonna get bored. There's shit everywhere. You got bugs. There was ants in the house we had, and those alone just kept me busy all day. Just managing those ants, trying to collect them and suck them up with a bug vacuum, trying to get them to notice me, trying to see if they would like come over to my finger just to see if they remembered me. I mean, just alone the ants in the house were enough to keep me busy for 8 hours. They basically babysat me. And then, I mean, when I found out there were other bugs nearby, I took straight to the backyard. I remember going up to the tree and peeling the bark off because I heard like a tall tale or something that if you peel off the bark, that's woodpecker territory under there. And if you want bugs, you go where the woodpeckers go because they know where bugs are. So I started peeling bark off the trees in the back, and I didn't find much for a while. So I started flipping rocks. Flipping rocks was always a fucking... Oh man, it was a jackpot every time in the spring. You flip a flat rock over, and it's just a village under there. It's like a Minecraft village spawn, except, I mean, the roly-polies, you'd get a lot of those under the rocks. Those were my favorite. I just liked how they rolled up and rolled out. You get a lot of worms. I was a big fan of worms for a while, but I have a very vivid memory of me being in my backyard, and I would pick up the worms all the time. And this worm I picked up, and I was swinging it like a lasso, kinda. And I was like, Mom, look at this. I was swinging that worm, and it broke in half in my hand, and I fucking screamed. I didn't know what was going on, man. I thought the sky was falling. When that worm snapped, my reality snapped. I never touched a worm after that again. I think it was just traumatizing. I think I felt like I killed it. Then I was freaking out because I was like, oh no. Is that 2 worms now? Did I not kill it? Is it actually twice as good as it was? I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think at all. Then another bug incident in the house. Very vivid memory. I remember sitting on the floor, the wood floor in the kitchen. The door was open, cool. Fall air was just blowing in. It was right before fall. And I was on the floor playing with ants. And it was just one ant. I had isolated him. And I don't know if he got mad or if I had some food on my finger, but he bit me. I mean, that was just heartbreaking to me as a kid that the ant bit me. I had no idea why he would do that. Right? Like, I figured he remembered me, or his family, at least his elders remembered me since I lived there, right? And I saw them every day. And so when he bit me, I took it personally. Man, that shot me through the heart. And I never touched an ant again. I never wanted to see another one. But that's just some of the adventures you had as a kid, back in the day. Back when you were smarter, too smart to worry about shit. That's what being a kid was. You know, you were too fascinated and too smart to worry about something so not in front of you. I remember looking at adults stressing and just kind of thinking like, why? Like, why are you stressing? Like, chill, you know? And I'd always wonder how they got that way and hoped I didn't get that way. I would always make mental notes like that. And then, so yeah, I mean, other than bugs, I had hobbies like PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Um, I think I'd rather the bugs though over those because I would get so frustrated at PlayStation. I remember I was playing the iRobots game, like with that blue clanker guy as the main character, based off a movie. And I was so fucking stuck on this level for like a year. I just didn't know what I was doing, I guess. And this kid at school, John McCann, he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I beat that level. Oh yeah, 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 I beat that level. Yeah, yeah, I could come over and show you." So I scheduled a play date with him. He comes over and he's never played the game in his life. And I was like, oh, I wanted to fucking demolish a building. I was like, we scheduled this whole play date. You were supposed to come here and show me how to beat this level. You come here and you're fucking as lost as I am. I told him to go home. I told him he could just go home. Um, I think I told my mom I was pissed, but she was like, no, no, he can't go home. And then we ended up chilling. So I was stressed for no reason. Um, but yeah, video games were my demise. For some reason, I had this fascination with anything that frustrated me. I would get so mad that I couldn't do something to the point I would cry. And then, I mean, oh, dogs were a good pastime too. Neighborhood dog or something. You'd sit out on the front yard, just wait for a dog to pass. That was a good way to spend an afternoon. Um, you know, this is pre-internet, pre-discovery of porn, pre-discovery of um any website, pre-discovery of flash games, right? This is before I used to go on oneMoreLevel.com. That website had so many games. That website's insane. And Miniclip. But this is before all that, so we did have a computer, but I just enjoyed going through all the menus in the computer and clicking buttons and stuff. But my dad didn't enjoy that because I would fuck shit up daily. I would change all these settings. I set up an email server. I have no idea how, but I just remember him freaking out because there was a second email or something. And I was like, I don't know what I did. Like, I was just browsing and perusing, you know? I was too afraid to use the internet. I thought I would get yelled at for using the internet. So I just browsed the menus, you know? And then, I mean, that's all it took, though, to keep me busy for a fucking 16 hours straight. That's all it took. I wish I could tap back into that energy. Something about that child brain is just far more advanced than my brain now. I think I was a lot smarter as a kid. A lot more in tune, tapped in, a lot more trusting of myself and my feelings. Um, and I think I made better decisions as a kid. Far better. Hermit crabs were one of my favorite. We went down to the Jersey Shore one year, and I got a hermit crab named Hermit. I don't know if he was named that or if I just called him that because I thought that was his first name, and I thought his last name was Crab. Um, I didn't realize it was like a species or whatever. So we got Hermit. Brought him home. He had an 8-ball shell, and I would just build little bridges for him. Make a little house for him out of wet paper towels, and then one day I inherited like 10 hermit crabs from my cousin, and I made the fucking craziest mansion. They were in this tiny ass tank, but yeah, they were in a tiny ass tank, like 10 crabs, hermits, in something this big. Their shells were like a fucking solid like Tetris block going across. Like that's how tight it was in there. And then I was just so happy to have so many hermit crabs all hanging out. So I just built them a big house. I made like a little bridge going onto the roof of the house out of wet paper towels because they were just good at climbing wet paper towels. And then by the time I finished though, they were just like smushed against, like they couldn't move much, you know. There was bodies on bodies and shell on shell. You know, someone was going to get hurt. So I had to dismantle that operation. But, oh man, hermit crabs were so cool. I would just watch my hermit crab for hours, dude. I would carry him around the house. Man, maybe I'll get another hermit crab. Because I do miss it. Trying to think what other hobbies. Oh, we did airsoft guns. Me and my friends were too big pussies though to shoot each other. Until later on, you know, we shot a couple. We shot a couple bullets at each other. But they were usually scared I was gonna bring a real gun, so I didn't get invited much. Especially after I got the AK-47, that shit looked real. Too real. Way too real. It was fully wooden and metal with a foldable stock and a banana clip. I mean, that shit was just insane. It weighed 15 pounds and I was like 150 pounds because I was a chub. Another way I passed the time was eating food while thinking about eating other food. I would do that a lot, which was a lot of fun. Oh, eating at Chili's until I was about to throw up. That was probably unhealthy. But that's what I did. Anytime we went to Chili's, I would eat until I threw up. Or at least was nauseous. You know? Then later on, though, shit got a little crazy. So my friend had a Nintendo DSi, so we would go to his house and yeah, we would watch porn on his Nintendo DSi. The three of us on the couch. It sounds ridiculous. Three of us on the couch watching porn on two screens on the DSi. And then one day, his brother walked through the room. All he did was walk through the room, and he looked at us for one split second, and he was like, he walks out and then spins back around, snaps his neck, and he's like, "You're watching porn?" And then he yells to his mom. He's like, "These kids are fucking watching porn." But he literally had no idea. I have no fucking idea how he like aimbotted. He couldn't see it at all. I think he just knew because he does, you know. Because there was some other stories from that household that made me think there was like a serial comer or masturbator in that household. Um, that would leave, let's just say, evidence stuck to some of the computers from the tales I heard. So he probably knew, he definitely knew. Um, yeah, I remember we would watch porn, but I didn't like it because these people looked like they were in pain. I remember a lot of the pictures were really fucking weird. Um, I just didn't understand what was going on, or they were way too zoomed in or something. I don't know. I never really got into it. Um, yeah, that shit was crazy. And then we went to Friendlies and got ice cream with my other friend's mom, who picked us up and saved us from that treacherous situation. It was a very silent Friendlies dinner that night. Very silent. I don't even know if I got anything to eat. I know I did because I was a fat fuck, but I can't even remember it. It's blocked from my memory. But yeah, it was just reminiscing on the days when, everything was enough to occupy your time. Nowadays, it's like there's too many things to choose from. And I'm bored. How can I be bored when I have so many choices? Sometimes I wish all I had was ants and a tree in the backyard to peel bark off of and investigate, you know? But yeah, that's about it. That's the morning thoughts of a bonehead. Thank you for listening if you did. I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.